Welcome to One People One Reef, the podcast that echoes the vibrant voices of our youth and the wisdom of our elders. I'm Slade Lina, your host. As we explore the world of reefs, culture, science, and stories on the outer islands of Unity Atoll, Micronesia. We hope this podcast provides unique perspectives and vital conversations of the life beneath and above the waves, sharing how Micronesian culture has thrived alongside these ecosystems for generations.
You gotta know how to fish because it's your main source of food. So you have to learn all these techniques of fishing. So when it's time to fish or the men to go fish, you're ready. Right now, it depends. So if you guys have gas and stuff like that, that you can go fish far away, like trolling or down at do bottom fishing, then you can do that. If you don't have gas, you could just go spearfish.
Water, we don't teach in the water because everything is action. So if you want to learn, you learn by looking around. When I was going fishing with my grandparents and parents, uncles, they won't tell me anything on the boat. It was up to me to observe what they were doing and observe where we are going.
When we grow up, and we learn how to do the spearfishing by seeing them using it. Those older ones, also guys. So the spear, they make space for the rubber to hold the spear, and then we release here. They want to hit the fish, just that kind. And then we don't have a mask. During our young age, they have to take me there so I can learn how to do the fishing, like bottom fishing, and how to feel the line when the fish is getting the bait.
You have just heard the voices of Milo, a youth leader on Frarap, Stanley and Henry, elders on Mokomoko. In this episode, we'll delve into their perspective and hear from more community members on how fishing methods have changed and how their culture's source of livelihood is adapting to new techniques.
There's line or bottom fishing, both inside and outside the lagoon on the reef. Different kinds of line. The bottom fishing, we were fishing the lagoon, which is from 90 to 120 feet deep. Outside the reef is even deeper, up to 1,500 feet. There's spearfishing both at night and during the day. Line fishing too is also done for during the day and at night. And there's a gill net. That's the bigger net that we use to catch schools of fish on the reef. And this is another skill that they have to learn. Young guys need to learn. Because every place net in a wrong place, the fish will never come. But nowadays, much harder. You'll spend more time, more gas. If only take 6 gallons of gas, go out in a few hours, come back with a lot of wild tuna, skipjack. Now we take 12 gallons. The motor will drink up the gas, then you come back with barely enough for your dinner.
They have to take you out on the boat and they're gonna teach you how to do it like in real life instead of just talking to you. So you're just hearing it, but you don't really. I don't really get the point until you went on the boat. That's where I learned a lot. How we use homemade spear guns compared to rice. So depending where you go, you get to choose which gun you're taking. I know the thought was we use the rifles everywhere, which is so destructive, but it was actually not. because we use the homemades on the reefs where it's shallows and stuff like where you can easily reach. And then you use the reefs where it's deeper or like the steep wall. So we don't use reefs. And I was surprised to see how fish are big, and when they see a spear, they don't tend to run away.
Most of the fishing that the young ones are doing is the spear gun fishing. They buy these new guns, very nice guns. They're really enjoying it, shooting. And we believe that we're killing a lot of fish with it. Some of them you will lose it.
Many traditional fishing techniques such as kite sailing, canoeing, torch fishing, and fish traps have been lost or influenced by modern gear types and motors. The communities of Iliti are working together to understand the impact of modern techniques on their reef.
Their old technique is they just hook the bait on the hook and throw the line. But now there's a lot of these new fishing techniques that the people here are using. Spear fishing, using the bow for fishing. But before we just used this bamboo thing, the small ones. That's what they used in the old days. And now you can go out deep fishing with the new technology. But before, they never go deep fishing. Most of the fishing technique right now, people are using those new ones because it's much easier than the old ones. The other technique, instead of using lure, we use the coconut tree thing that we wrap it around those things, and instead of putting bait on it, no, we just use those and troll around the sinker. And they put hooks, about 2, 3, or even 5. And they can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fish, and they pull it up. But in the old days, they never do that. And they have these new lures that they buy from the stores. Those are the new ones that the old people never use.
That's the way we can serve, because we have different kind of fishing in a season. So when it's bad weather, we do this kind of fishing. Summer, winter, fall, we do different. Now we're not doing some of that fishing anymore. Especially like torch fishing, we use torch for fishing at night. Torch for flying fish, catching flying fish. Fish traps, we don't do those anymore.
I wish we still have those knowledge, like builders or sailing, the fish traps, the traditional lures, because we could document it and have it as a reference, and we learn about it.
Thank you for joining us on One People One Reef, the podcast. Your support and engagement are the tide that carries us forward as we celebrate the intricate balance of life within our oceans and the cultures that have safeguarded them for centuries. This podcast is a One People One Reef production, created by the media team, supported by National Geographic, and narrated by me, Slate Lahalishiar. Our collaborative efforts combine indigenous knowledge with Western science, address rapid environmental changes, and elevate local leadership in conservation. To learn more, visit onepeopleonereef.org. If you've been moved by today's stories, stay connected by subscribing to our newsletter and following us on social media. Thank you.